Hey.
Hi. Wait, no, I wanted to hear about what you did on your way home from the office.
Oh, I walked home from work today.
Yeah.
Which is, take out your maps. It's about 50 blocks, a little more.
From?
I won't tell you which way, but I bet you can guess. Yeah, just straight up fifth.
They're gonna make like one day. They're gonna like math problems out of this podcast. Like, if Molly said she walked across the Traverse, and it's 50 blocks, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. No, I walked home and it finally got chilly this week.
It's actually quite cold this week.
But today, like, people I feel like always over rotate on the day
Yes.
before.
You're so right.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
people are slow to change. They resist it. So I'm like, yesterday was cold. Today will be cold. That's not
It was
how
mild
it works.
today, even.
It was mild.
People forget the X factor of climate change. You could have just like a beautiful day in December.
Time has passed.
Yeah.
And the X factor.
The X factor. I
Yeah.
never forget it because my office is so close to the climate clock. So I can actually see it from my get out those maps. I can see it from my office, the climate clock, which is
Can
really
you really? That is
so sinister at this time of year when the sun sets at 4 p.m. behind the climate clock. You're like, oh, I should end it all. I've got 3 years.
You
Great.
are so strong. The way I'd walk into traffic.
But literally, like, as I'm making a coffee in the kitchen, like, the window looks out onto the climate clock, so you'll just be, like, stirring your coffee. Like, pretty sure it's at 3 years right now.
3 years.
Yeah, because it's, like, basically the length of the Trump administration at this
Right.
point.
And it counts down to the point of no return, right?
Yeah, it's, like, seconds.
Like-
I actually don't know what it counts down to. Sorry. I just blindly said yes. I
Yeah,
have
it's
no
seconds. Oh, no, yeah, the clock has minutes, seconds, hours.
Do you know how clocks work? Let me walk you through it.
It's got everything.
I actually do not know what we're pointing towards, but I know it's bad.
Yeah. And for any stupid heads that aren't, like, familiar with New York,
Yeah.
who aren't tracking our
Who don't have air
movements
tags on us.
through the city, yeah. There's like a giant digital countdown
Yeah.
in Union Square that
And it just says, like, how much time we have left with the X factor of the climate crisis. But there's no, like, explanation of the methodology. Methodology?
the mythology of so we actually don't believe in climate change.
I am cooked, bro. The
Methodology.
The methodology. Jesus Christ. The methodology.
Slick your lip, Rick.
Slick your lip, Rick. Okay, good. And no, like, yeah, again, I don't know what we're actually... and in my head, it's just the length of T2, but I actually don't know. So sorry, I completely side-railed.
Yep.
I completely interrupted your story. Carry on. You were walking home. About 50 blocks.
And it was mild.
And it was wild.
It was mild today. So even though I was just wearing a floor-length denim trench, I still felt fine walking my 50 blocks, 50 miles, 50 blocks. However, there was enough of a chill in the air that I got a craving I couldn't refuse myself.
Okay.
Do you know what it was for?
It was still chilly enough. Perhaps like a chai latte.
You're like in the right family, but
Oh,
wrong.
like a weird tea.
So like think less health, more like childhood wonder.
I was supposed to say like a hot toddy.
No.
Childlike wonder. Oh, a hot chocolate.
Yes. But one of those like gourmet ones that's just melted chocolate.
Right.
Like really
it's like work
sludge.
to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love them.
You need like a spoon, kind of.
Yeah. And so as I do my classic walk, which is really, it's just up one avenue. It's the whole
And if
way.
you misheard it, fifth. Yeah.
I'm consulting maps, hot chocolate near me, hot chocolate. And I stopped in 3 different establishments. And granted, this was around like 6:45 because I have a job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But A lot of them were like closing. They're like, sister, you can't have a hot chocolate at this hour. I'm like, it's New York
Are
City.
they worried you won't sleep? I'm so confused.
I know. They got a digital clock behind the barista that's like Molly's bedtime. Countdown.
And when you get the hot chocolate, it goes up by like 5 hours.
We don't know that that's not what the climate clock is. We don't know.
That could be what we're counting towards. Impossible to say.
Yeah, so it took me all the way until the 70s to find...
Saying our address? Yeah.
to find a hot chocolate suitable for my craving. You know where I got it? Lottery.
Of course.
Of
when in doubt.
course.
Did you not try like a Starbucks? I know we're not supposed to.
That wasn't the
there,
kind of
but-
hot chocolate I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want...
You wanted a true. Yeah,
I wanted melted chocolate.
You wanted a slick thickie.
I wanted a slick thickie. So bad I did.
Yeah.
And
You got
Lottery
it.
delivered. Oh my god, it was so good. I had one sip and
You had rosy apple cheeks.
I said, "Bomb." What's his name?
You said Bob.
What's his name? Burl.
Burl Ives. Okay, I thought you were trying to do like a bah humbug. And I was
No.
like, man, you seem happy.
Burl
I don't
Ives.
know.
No, I was so happy. I was really moved by
Yeah.
the spirit of Christmas. Do you know the tree is already? But she's hidden behind scaffolding because she hasn't been
Oh.
lit yet. But she's here. She's on Rock Center.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about her today because did you see that they're making, or I guess releasing soon, a docu-series about the 5 families of
Yes.
Christmas trees? I'm so... That hot chocolate's not sitting well, huh?
No.
I want to watch that so badly.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And they're like mob ties.
Yes!
I'm so excited.
Because, and you know, last year in book club around this time we read that god awful, so sorry to book club, but that god awful, I know, so sorry to Emily, that god awful Christmas tree romance book. But it seems like some of it is based in reality.
I suppose so. Well, so we've spent a lot of time kind of wandering around the city already, but I think we both have kind of like city fun
Highlights?
city weekend
Memories, recent memories. Yeah, I'll
recent
say.
memories. That's all we have.
With the climate clock and
With the
everything, it's all we have. Well, so tell me about your weekend a little bit, would you?
My weekend.
Yeah.
I had one of those Saturdays that felt like a perfect New York Saturday,
Yep.
like a classic weekend day in New York.
Yeah. It's. I will say, it was a bit unseasonably warm. I want you guys to know what the weather is like every day that we're talking about it. I will say, Saturday was unseasonably warm.
Yeah.
I found myself sweating a lot.
Same,
Yeah.
and we were running all over the place.
Yes, I believe I got 14,000 steps that day.
Whoa!
I don't want to. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure I got 14K.
What are you, a cop? Don't quote me. No, that was very much the nature of it. That is a New York Saturday.
Yeah. And it's not. Well, we did. Well,
You're meant to do 1,000 things.
Yes.
On a New York Saturday.
And I was about to say we didn't even really go for a walk, but we did go for a long walk. But I'll let
Yeah,
you.
we did.
Yeah.
Well, that's your step count, honey.
I know, but the rest of it.
A little bit of here, a little bit of there. Yeah.
Broadway.
Yeah. I will say, I
Yes.
woke up and I was like, endless possibilities unfold before me
Yeah.
today. So many of my best friends live in the same city as me. We have next to no obligations. The day is unseasonably warm.
The sun was out. Too.
What are we gonna do
Yeah.
with our one wild and precious life? So my day, I was already kind of out and about. I woke up, Mittens goes, want to go to the diner? I said, yeah, I'll go to the diner with you. For those tracking our location, it's the diner featured in Succession. And that was really nice. While I'm there, you text me, hey, want to meet me at another diner across the Upper East?
Yes.
Because our dear friend Steven Esposito is in town, whom we had tried to find out in the wild the night before, but his location on Find My Friends was misleading.
Yes, and he was like, "Why didn't you just text me?" And I was like, "Well, where's the fun in that?"
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
We were going to catch you unawares.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we just gave up on seeing him altogether.
The way I didn't even think about texting him, I was like, because I'm like with Steven, I'm like, if he wants to find me, he will. Which is what happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys did find each other
Yeah.
at the diner. And how was that?
Well, I was going to say the kickoff to my perfect weekend.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it was the second. So Friday night, we kind of got an impromptu group together to go to karaoke at the local watering hole, which is hosted by our friend Dan. We went and got a beer, then we went there, and, like, I said to someone, I was like, with karaoke, it's either I'm home by, like, 10 p.m. or I'm, like, home at 3 a.m.
I'm not going home.
I'm not going home. And let me just say, I sang 3 times. Which means I didn't get home till 3 a.m.
3 duets.
3 duets, of course. I don't sing solo.
With the same partner.
Yeah.
So you can't blame people for asking.
Are you
Is
in
there
love?
something there?
Yeah, people kept asking. So me and Chris, we like to sing together.
Yeah.
We have a couple of hits.
Tried and trues.
Yeah, we did Last Christmas, which was one of our hits. We did that
They
song.
do that year round.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now it's like people don't... Now it's not so much a bit because people are like, yeah. So it's more fun when
Now
you do
it bothers you that people don't know you're quirky because it's seasonal.
Come for my fucking neck. So true, though. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's like more fun when you throw it in May. you
Yeah.
know?
And people are always craving that tune.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but anyway, we did Last Christmas. We did Summer Loving, the rapey Grease song that we always do, and then we also led the group in a cha-cha slide.
So fun.
Which that song is about 7 minutes long, and I'll say by about halfway through, people were like, "Ooh, I wish this was over." But people were really into it for the first 3 minutes.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's got to feel pretty powerful to direct
command a
an
room
entire
like that?
bar of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
We were given a choice. Dan said you can either do Fireflies or Cha-Cha Slide, and we said Cha-Cha Slide.
You chose right.
Yeah.
You definitely chose right.
But it was one of those nights where I just, I was making friends.
Yeah.
I walked out of the bar with 2 new friends. They got me pizza. It was just like one of those fun. Oh yeah, but the one girl kept being like, cause she and Chris were kind of hitting it off, and she was like, are you guys together? And I was like,
Tell me the truth.
yeah. She literally was like, you're lying, and I was like, no, I'm just an Aries and he's a Sagittarius, so like we have unbelievable stage presence. Like, that's not my fault.
Anyone could fall in love with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know who else is an Aries? Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, Stephanie Germanata.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, sorry. Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Anyway, then
You
Saturday...
rest your case, Esquire.
Thank you. Jury... Yes. Saturday morning, I wake up. Steven's like, come to the diner. I go to the diner.
Yeah.
Then we met up after the diner.
Yeah.
You and I.
You texted me come to the diner. I was like, bitch, I'm already at a diner.
Yeah.
Which bummed me out. And then I was like, well, should I go meet them at their diner? I went to Pilates instead. It's important to take time for yourself.
Completely. And then I checked her location. I'm like, how'd she make it to the west side?
Oh, yeah. I jaunted across the
You
park.
jogged?
I jaunted.
Oh.
Is that how you
So you
conjugate that?
jog now? And then we did a long walk.
Yeah, then I met you in the park.
Yeah, we met in the
You
park.
brought me an Arnold Palmer.
I brought you I brought you a
You brought me
regular tea.
a regular tea.
And I had
Iced because it was unseasonably warm.
We got that. Oh, we also surprised Hector on the street as part
That
of his
was fun.
training.
Yeah. Because Doug instructed us to hide behind the street corners and pop out at him as a way to get him to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loved it.
He loved it.
But then he got
loves
really
to-
sad when he walked away.
That was
tough.
so. We were both like, "Don't look back." It was like, what's that? The Greek tragedy. It's Hadestown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eurydice and Orpheus.
Completely.
I'm coming, wait for me.
Oh my god. Was that Hadestown?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, theater kid. I don't even know that song.
Sorry, that's crazy.
I know.
Do you know who played Eurydice?
Eurydice. Belly.
Mythology.
Eurydice. Mythology. Belly.
Conklin?
Very same.
Then we
Meet
kind
up.
of split up.
Oh, then we split up.
Yeah, we said bye.
Well, I had to go.
You had to go.
I had to shower and go meet up with Mitten's cousin.
Yeah.
So yeah, now like my day's already been like I've seen different people, I've done different things.
Yeah.
Now I'm in Midtown after 3 beers and I'm like, what's gonna happen
Let's go to
next?
the Croc store.
Totally. The Croc store in Herald Square.
Yeah, yes, I've been dying to go there.
Girl, I walk by it every
I
day.
know.
Yeah. So now it's time. Someone's got to let the dog out.
Yes.
Who? It's me.
Yeah.
I'm going uptown.
And let's bounce back here. At this point, I went home and I read my book, and then
Right.
I was like, I think I'm gonna go take myself out to dinner, and then go see a movie. So I
Hell yeah.
took myself to I'm not gonna tell you the restaurant, but it's like below my building.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
And I had a delicious spaghetti. No, I had a delicious bolognese and a delicious arugula salad and a red wine.
Oh.
And I read my book at the bar.
Oh my God, how
Yeah.
nice.
But you texted me, can you let the dog out? And I said, no, I can't. Well, I said maybe, but then, anyway, you went
You
home.
said, I'm actually doing something.
Yeah.
And I said, so fair.
But then you said,
Then I said, wait, great. I'm already on my way to get the dog. Because and to your credit, you were like, wait, no, I could let the dog
yeah,
out.
because
And
then I was like, wait, this is actually moving pretty quickly.
girl, no. Enjoy your time. And also, I'll raise you one. Let's meet at the bar for a drink.
Let's get a drink.
If Mittens knew, if he read those texts, he'd be like, bitch. I had such little turnaround time,
did
and
I.
letting the dog. Yeah, your movie started.
Like, when we started at 7:30, we got to the bar at 7:05.
Right. And my dinner was at 7:15.
Back in Midtown, by the way.
Back in Midtown. And we were both like, we can
We
sit
have
for
time for a
drink.
fucking glass of
God,
wine.
everybody
God.
stop yelling at
Back
us.
off.
And I did an outfit change
Yeah.
too.
You looked great.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, Hector ate those boots, so
Oh.
it's fine.
Yeah.
We had a camp kind of waiter who
An
was
amazing server who put Molly's coat on at the end. He was on, and he was like, "See you tomorrow."
he was dragging our asses.
Oh yeah,
Loved it.
Love a waiter who, like, Molly came after me. He just walked up and said, "Why are you late?" He's got no context, but like, he's right.
He was speaking to a larger truth about us, for sure.
Yeah, he was reading us. He didn't know it, but he was.
knew.
Yeah.
But he knew. I love him. We should see him again soon.
I would like to.
Yeah. Well, so actually everything came up Molly and Siege.
That's what it
though.
always does. Because I got to the movie at 7:50. Mm-hmm. Didn't miss a thing.
You approached the universe with generosity and goodwill. The universe responds in kind.
This is because we saved that guy's life last week. It all came up Molly and Siege because we saved a man's life.
Totally. And I think this is really like the existential issue with us. We just keep getting away with it.
We not only do we get away with shit, we like get rewarded for it.
We get the like adulation of a waiter.
Yeah, we get like sweet attention, sweet attention, and we're like,
Oh my
why
God.
would I change?
You walk in, the movie starts immediately.
Yeah.
I walk into dinner, everyone goes, "You're totally fine. You're right on time." They're like, "The drinks just are coming out right now," and I'm like, "Another drink, good."
You're like, all right, I'm actually gonna take another lap.
And I'm gonna go just see Siege uptown really
I think
quick.
I have time for another glass of wine.
It really all worked out. And then my night, this is really what rounds out like a New York Saturday. You just keep going until you just,
Until you hit the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
You never know where it'll take you.
Until
went
the
to-
climate clock goes out.
And that really was what happened. Yeah, that's on a New York Saturday, 6 hours goes by in the blink
That's
of
so
an eye.
true. It really does evaporate in front of you.
Yeah. So I took my ass home. And then, sorry, just
No,
to
no.
round it out,
Yeah.
the dog had been alone for 6 hours. He was, I think, just drowsed.
Right.
So he was, kind of heavily breathing. I took him out. He did his full business, but I just felt like I really needed to, like, comfort him for
Yeah.
a while. So we're sitting in the living room, and I'm still petting him, and it's been, like, an hour since I got home. Mittens walks in the door with 2 additional people. Like, 2 of our friends that were at dinner with us. I was like, so actually it's 3 a.m. and everybody needs to go to sleep
3
now.
a.m. He brought 2 people home.
Because they wanted to see Hector. Everyone was toasted,
Yeah.
obviously. But, like, that's when the New York Saturday must end.
That's when you imposed your climate clock.
Correct.
Yeah.
I said.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mittens.
Climate climate change
Is now. You went Greta Thunberg.
I did, yeah. Okay, but then mine was like, I wanted to talk about my perfect New York Saturday, but I think you had a perfect New York weekend.
Well, I just had a really, very restful, nice weekend where I got to see all my friends in different capacities. I got to do my alone time, which is very important to me. And then Sunday I got lunch with my dad and my sister, which was nice. My dad showed up to the restaurant with he took the train up from Philly, brought his novel that he's reading in a plastic grocery bag so as to not get it wet.
Fuck
So
yeah.
that'll just break your heart in half.
That's so
nice.
Was it raining on Sunday?
It was actually quite rainy on Sunday.
Was, yeah.
And then I made a really delicious...
I didn't get the weather report from Sunday. It was raining.
It was, I would say, seasonably warm / seasonably mild raining.
Raining.
And I made a delicious soup on Sunday night, which...
So suited to that weather, too.
Completely. It's important to cook to the weather. I am like...
What kind of soup?
It was a cacio e pepe chicken soup.
Really?
It was really good.
Yum.
It's from like an Instagram recipe, but I love cooking. It's a big hobby of mine, but I really don't do it in the spring and summer months because I just I can't. I'm hot. So in the summer it's hot in New York and often quite humid, and I find that I can't. I'm more doing cold chicken and vegetables and microwavable things in the summer.
Yeah.
But it starts to get a little chilly. I've absolutely got to break out my Dutch oven and make
You're
a
turning
soup.
your stove on. You're not turning it off.
I'm not turning off.
You're
I'm
leaving
going
that gas
crazy. I'm having the time of my life. Okay. So and that was it was like a nice weekend where like it didn't go too quickly because I did so many fun things.
Totally. But it was also restorative and restful.
It was restorative. I consumed good content.
Let's talk content.
Let's talk no one's talking about content anymore. Let's talk about it. Oh, I'm sorry, Hector. Honey.
Sorry, Hector. Well, you tell me. You've been... Oh, you want me to?
No, I can go first, but I wanted to...
Let's go tit for tat.
Okay. I like that.
I'll start with one.
Okay.
It's gonna be tit.
I'm tit.
Damn, I'm Tat.
Yeah, sorry. Tat's so cool.
That's so true.
I wish I were Tat.
Oh, your oldest sibling me.
Tat's way better than Tit.
God, I'm so susceptible. I'm like, wait, that's true.
Okay, this will be brief. Oh, I forgot. I was in Vegas, but I don't need to talk about it. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, but when I'm up in the air, I'm reading smut.
Totally.
And I on my flight there was like, I want smut.
Yeah.
I want just something that's like uses my brain not at all.
Yep.
And so I went to your Goodreads.
This is so sinister.
Well, what I did first is because I don't follow Emily, the friend you've talked about, whom you mostly connect with on Goodreads. So I was trying to find her, so I'd go through you. And then I found on her best romance of all time list this Tessa Bailey book.
She has the best romance of all time.
She does.
Oh my God, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. But she has this one Tessa Bailey on it that you had also read. I was like, oh, this is so fun because both of you. But you gave it 3 stars. And what you said, you read this in May of 2024.
What's it called?
It's called Hook, Line, and Sinker.
Okay.
It's the second of a 2-book set where we're now dealing with the second sister. And your review is, something about the way Tessa Bailey writes men makes my skin crawl. Why are they all so jealous? But not about anything actually fun. Fox's struggle of being too hot was very unrelatable. I do like Piper and Hannah, though, so that's something. 3 stars because the spice is great.
Yeah.
And that's all I was looking for. So I was like,
yeah.
Sold.
I also don't remember a single plot detail. I actually remember the first book quite well.
And
what is
I
that
didn't
one called?
read it. I don't know.
That one I think I probably gave a higher rating to just because I think I liked the story better, but I can't remember what happens in this one. Oh, she's like trying to get into music, right?
Yeah, she wants to like score films.
Yes. Okay.
Or be the music coordinator on films. She joins her sister in the small fishing town.
Yes. Okay.
That she settled down in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
the whole thing is insane. Honestly, it's not worth getting into, but let's just like spend a moment on the title, Hook, Line, and Sinker. What a crass title, all things considered. Like, the sisters find their way to this village because their father died captaining a ship. Sunk.
He's a fisherman.
Their father sunk.
Like he drowned. You guys get that?
Yeah. Hook, line, and sunk.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very insensitive.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I never read book 1, wasn't interested in doing so because this one had better smut per your reviews.
They were both so smutty. I can't emphasize that enough. They were both like so disgusting.
Great. I just said that this one was on Emily's best ever, not the other. So I just.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But the first sister ends up with the captain.
Yes.
Present day captain of the same ship that their dad sunk on.
Big issue in that book. Like, will my man not return from the boat?
This book.
Yeah.
The love interest who becomes her one and only her husband.
Yeah.
Takes over as captain of that same ship. Maybe I should have read the first book because in this book it's treated so fucking frivolously. Never does she worry for a second that he'll come out. Hook, line, and sinker. Your dad sunk. Your husband's now captain of the same ship that sunk your dad.
And like Star Wars would teach us that like he will die.
Totally. And it's just never even a.
I've also never seen a Star Wars movie, so
Me
I don't know
neither. So don't go
but
for
you
us.
know, history repeats itself.
I mean, it wasn't even in the realm of conflict possibility of this book.
That's so interesting because in the first book it is like her, like she finally like accepts that she's in love with this guy, and then he has to go out to sea, and it's like devastating for her.
I think Tessa must have felt she exhausted that well. So
right, she's like, these two sisters have conquered the sphere.
Right, apparently, like, by the power of osmosis, the other sister is now just like, I accept it. The sea takes
the sea,
and gives. And
yes.
It was just so ridiculous, yeah. And then the male main character's central conflict is your Goodreads review is astute. He's just too hot.
Yes, he's like... His whole thing is, like, too many women want me.
Well, so, and I actually found it a little bit more compelling than I think you did, because the root of it is he was sexualized early, and he was meant to believe that that was his only value.
Right. So are you asking me to walk it back?
This is actually our first book, Stupid Gotcha!
Wow. To be fair, I haven't read this book in at least a year.
Yeah.
Can you see when I read it?
May 24.
Okay. Year
Yeah.
and a half. Wow, you really busted my balls.
It was insane, though. The book was insane.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I love the hook, line, and song. Your dad drowned.
Fuck. Yeah, so that's truly all I want to say on that.
Did you think that the smut, it was very smutty, right?
It was very smutty, yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. It was like, yeah, it was fun.
It's this thing with Tessa Bailey's men where I just, like, I don't find them compelling. So even when, like, the romance is good, I'm like, but I hate this guy. Or, like, Like, because I actually think she does a half-decent job with women. Like, they're pretty...
Yeah.
Like, they feel...
she's met a woman.
Exactly. I do not believe that these men... And I think she is, like, I'm not trying to be critical in, like, a mean way. I think she's writing a type of man that, like, people want.
Yeah.
It's just not it for
What
me.
I want. Yeah. I think I might actually, like
You like him big and tall.
yeah. But Tessa's often writing, like, a big and tall cowboy.
Right.
Or a big and tall crab fisherman.
Like a guy who's got a really tough job.
Yeah, who, like, I think, like, another hallmark of how she writes men towards women is, like they'll infantilize her, and, like, that's the turn on for the woman.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
hey, little honey,
Yeah.
like, bring over that wet
We're bleeping that, but no, what she said is crazy. But it's also like exactly what the book says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like people who want to be like, yeah, totally like
I'm
possessed.
baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is so unappealing. Yeah. Nope.
Cool. So now that you've titted, I'll tat.
Perfect.
I have two things I want to talk about this week. So the movie I went to that I took myself to was the new Jennifer Lawrence movie Die My Love, based on a book.
Okay, Robert Pattinson erasure.
Sorry, yeah, excuse me. Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. So, do you know the premise of the movie?
Nope.
You were like, because we were in early talks to perhaps see a movie together until you like kind of
the negotiations broke down.
Yeah, they fell through.
Yeah.
The climate clock ran out.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's the one movie I have no interest in seeing.
None.
So I went to see it alone. I will say this is the first movie in recent to ever memory where I saw at least one person leave
Really?
the theater. Yeah.
Because upsetting content or?
Upsetting, and I will say weird.
Okay.
And like, I'm actually, I'm an AMC A-lister, as I'm sure I've mentioned on the pod before. I love cinema in all its forms. I love a weird movie. I love but sometimes I think that movies are weird for the sake of being weird.
Yeah.
And I think that there is like a balance you have to strike between like weird for the sake of being weird and then also like weird for something. And I think this veered a little too far into weird for the sake of being weird.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say like the way it was shot was very like evoked the feeling I think it was supposed to evoke, which is that of going insane.
Totally.
And I will say, like, if you had to break down my pie chart of content I consume, it's like 50% smut and 50% like women being pushed to the brink by men and or motherhood.
Would you put Meet Me in St. Louis in the latter category?
Ooh. Yes, I would. Although it's a bit smutty, too. We were talking about me in St. Louis earlier.
More specifically, she was singing with perfect accuracy every song.
We will dance the hoochie coochie. Anyway, so yeah, my pie chart is half like women being driven to insanity, and this certainly fits the bill on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a woman. Do you know the premise?
No.
It's about a woman who. It starts with Robert Pattinson has like moved her into this house in, I believe it's the middle of Montana. Okay. And it's it does not make the case for Montana being a place I ever want to live.
Got it.
It's this like shitty house. It's where his uncle shot himself. There's a prevailing theme of self-harm throughout the movie, but they inherited this house, and so he moved them out there. And there's actually a line in the beginning that I thought was that like actually did stick with me. They like move into this house, and he says like, it's not New York, but at least it's ours. Like they moved from New York to this house. Ooh. And I like it hit me so hard because I was like, if I don't have anything when I die, but I live in New York, that's so, not to be like so annoying.
No, but it's real.
Like I'd much rather
be in New York
than Montana.
Than own a house, a shitty house.
A shanty. Am I allowed to say
that? Place
I
don't want to live.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Montana specific what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant the word shanty. Is that like an okay word to say?
Sea shanty?
Anyway. I don't know why that made me laugh.
Hook, line, and stone.
Yeah, she got my ass. So yeah, he moves her into this house, and they very quickly, and or maybe she's pregnant when she moves in, I'm not really sure, but she gets super pregnant. She gets normal pregnant. And she has a baby boy, and then it's like, she just can't.
Yeah, the wheels come off.
The wheels are so far off the wagon. It's like not even funny. But like I was just thinking, first of all, it's billed as like a comedy drama, and I'll say the comedy moments are few and far between. But I think both Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson are very like good comedic actors.
Talented,
so like there's like a few lines that are actually funny, and because they're like good at delivering them, it's like I was actually kind of tearing my ass up a little.
Was your
For the
corn
most part,
cracked?
my face was like this. My corn was not cracked. For the most part, my face was like this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. A grimace, for those listening. Yeah, it's deeply disturbing. And I think, like, God, it's the kind of movie where if I were to ever see it in, like, even a little bit of mental anguish, which, like, actually right now, because of the sun setting early, I kind of am, but it was just, like, a good
Right.
day I was having.
Right.
So I could handle it.
Seasonably warm.
Seasonably warm on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I could kind of handle it, but it was just...
Check the weather before you see Die by Love.
And, like, maybe see it, like, go into the theater when the sun is still up. And then when you come out...
I hate that
you hate
sensation.
that?
I hate going in when the sun is up and leaving when it's
Or
dark
maybe,
of
like,
night.
It's dusk when you're going in. But dusk is the hardest time of day for me right now. I start sundowning.
Oh, me too. I start wandering from room to room. Where am I?
Like, just searching for a piece of chocolate. Yeah, it's
I'm gonna start
totally-
hide. Oh, I've got a dog.
What?
It's gonna hide chocolate around my house.
Like,
Those little
like a
treats for
3D
myself.
advent calendar.
Yeah,
I love that.
Can't.
But I think, like, can I just ruin it for you? Because you'll
Sure.
never, I
Never.
don't think you'll see it. Like, this is, I will say, like, this is the kind of movie also where, like, I feel like I've alluded to, the 30-year-old's dilemma to have a child or not to have a child. And this is the kind of movie that'll just, for me, as a person with mental illness, will be like, ooh, I'm good.
Shove you right into the no child camp.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, whew. I read an article about it afterwards because it ends on kind of like a weird note. She's like basically like, she is hanging. It's very like, did you ever read Yellow Wallpaper?
No.
It's like psychosis. It's about like postpartum psychosis.
Yeah.
And like, there's actually a scene in the movie where she starts tearing the wallpaper off of which I think is what happens in Yellow Wallpaper. I'm not actually sure. She starts tearing the wallpaper off the walls. Her fingers are she can't stop self-harming out of like complete like being driven to the brink. And like her husband's trying to be there for her, but he's a man.
Yeah.
And we've covered I have a misandrist.
Yeah.
Misandrist, I don't know if I say that right. But
A little streak.
Yeah, got a little streak. So he like eventually it's the kind of movie also where it's like very like stream of consciousness. Like the scenes kind of flow together in a way where they're like, wait, all of a sudden they're getting married, which I think is supposed to kind of communicate this idea of just like this woman does not know what's going on. She's not okay.
Yeah.
But they end up getting married, but then she, like, puts her head through a mirror. And so Robert Pattinson's like, I gotta commit you now.
The baby's already here?
Baby's here. Baby's been here.
Okay.
Baby actually caused the psychotic break.
Sure,
No
of course.
offense.
Yeah.
No offense to baby.
Earmuffs to baby? Earmuff warning for baby. Yes, a baby caused break.
Baby caused psychotic break. And and he has to commit her. But then
Baby has to commit mom.
No, Robert Pattinson, but you get it. And then she gets out of the hospital, and you're like, oh, I think it's gonna, like, maybe it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
She seems like kind of okay. They go home to have this like coming home party to this shitty house that he's like kind of renovated. So it's like, even like the way the movie's shot has changed. It's like lighter. It's like maybe things are gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then she like, you see she just like, she's not okay, and she just like walks out of the party, and it ends very strangely. But it ends with her like lighting her. She's a writer, lighting her pages on fire, and then it's starting a forest fire.
Great.
And then she kind of just walks into the flames. And I think, I wasn't sure how we were supposed to interpret that, so I read an article. And I think we're supposed to interpret it as, like, the great goodbye on her part. But I did think it was, like, an interesting take. Again, I thank God I was in an okay place on Saturday, because I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I had a very light, I was like, yeah, mental illness never really leaves you, does it?
Oh, no.
I mean, like, I think it's about, like, finding small ways to conquer it every day.
Yeah.
And that, I actually think it did a very good job of, like, communicating that, of just, like, and, like, I don't know. There's a depressing way to look at it and, like, kind of a less depressing way to look at it. Like, she did eventually lose her battle to mental illness. But, like, even if you are doing well, it's, like, a constant renewal and fight. Sorry, is this really dark?
No.
Okay.
This is great.
Like, whether you win or lose against your demons, like, it's an everyday maintenance.
Yeah.
You can't just send your wife to an institution and she comes back and she's okay. So, anyway, thought it was super weird.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I will say my review on it. Like, I wouldn't like be like, you have to see this movie. I think Jennifer Lawrence is an amazing performer.
She really is.
Yeah,
she's so wicked talented.
Yeah,
and Robert, nothing to
say
shake a
nothing
stick
of
at.
Robert.
Robert.
Oh, Robert.
He's good.
Oh my god, and there's this whole plot line about how he, like, brings home a dog one day, and she's like, fuck you and your dog.
Yeah.
And then the dog gets, like, sick, and she goes out and gets a gun in the middle of the night, wakes him up, and says, you have to shoot your dog.
Oh.
And then she ends up shooting the dog.
Oh my god.
Should left that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah, as my dog snores softly at our feet.
Oh my god, and he's such a prince.
She is.
The moral of the story for both of my content pieces this week is, like, I'm on so much Lexapro that, like, I can only feel certain things.
You can consume art.
I can consume art.
And I can't.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Like, even, well, I don't want to, like, this should have been way more upsetting than it was. And the other thing I consumed this week should have, like, I should have been, like, sobbing when I finished it. And as I was reading it, was like, I should be crying.
Ooh, I am not in a place to receive
No,
that.
it's really good.
I'll read
Okay,
it,
sorry. Let me tit you.
Oh, hello. Tits back. Because yours, like, is serious art, and I'm like, all right.
No, I think it's good when we tit and tat that way.
Okay. I look like a real dunce, but okay. Okay, yeah, the next thing I want to talk about. I have previously spoken on the pod about Amazon, Kindle, and Audible will jointly do these, like, holiday novella collections from best-selling romance authors.
And they literally write, Dear Molly, we know you're the only one reading these, so we want to wish you a happy Halloween.
Literally. And I previously, like, some of them are really good. Like, there's that one Christmas one I really like.
You loved those.
I love
Yeah.
So, you're right. I read, like, last year's, like, winter holiday collection, Christmas, etc. I think the one I really like is more New Year's oriented. But then I read the Valentine's Day collection.
Yes.
Okay, so lo and behold, they did a Halloween collection this year. And
Very
they tap... Okay, so my head was initially turned because Allie Hazelwood wrote one, and we love Allie.
We can't get enough of her, yeah.
I read 4 of them in total. Oh my god. And I just want to remind people this is novella length, so it's like 100 pages or less.
Yeah, and you specialize in novellas. In college.
In college, I specialized in Latin American novellas.
Were any of these Latin American novellas?
No,
Okay.
no. Okay. Let me just take you on a tour of what I read. The first was Allie Hazelwood's. It's called Hot for Slayer.
Love her. God, she's so, like, she's everything to me.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the premise of this one, you've got a vampire, that's our female lead, and then you've got a slayer, and that's our male love interest. Here's what I'll say. If there's one thing Allie's going to do, it's going to be to write competence porn.
Yes. And that is, like, your favorite thing in the entire world. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, like, there is a dearth of it. Is that the right word?
Yes.
There's not enough... Incompetent.
No.
Dearth
is a hard one because it sounds like the opposite of what it means.
What I was going to say is there's such a dearth of competence porn, and I don't know why, because it is. I think she does it like there's no one who does it better. Sorry.
No, literally.
Yeah.
And it's just, even when it's a vampire and a slayer, these are capable people.
Yeah, they don't even need their superpowers. They could probably, they probably have a degree in STEM.
They're just
on the
real
side.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, now I will say something. It's a little critical of our girl Allie.
That's okay. It's good. This is how we maintain our credibility.
Totally. And it really comes down to the format of the exercise.
The novella,
more
which
than
you are
Again,
Sorry, I don't know.
I'm an expert in novellas. So, like...
So it's not your fault.
So it's not Allie's fault.
Yeah.
She didn't know her one and only reader was going to specialize in novellas. Okay, yeah, it's just... The difference, and this is a point that stripes across all of the Halloween novellas.
Yeah.
Because of the Halloween theme, they are all dealing in supernatural or, like, mythical elements.
Yeah.
So that itself kind of has this burden of world building on it.
Okay.
Or, like, lore.
Yeah,
You have to establish, like, okay,
Yes.
well...
There have to be rules to the...
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because, like, there isn't just, like, a baseline, okay, vampires all do this. Well, no, what do your vampires do?
Yeah, tell us about your vampires quickly.
Right. And so I would say she maybe reached a little too far for such few pages. Like, for example, she's introducing, like, some kind, like, literal infrastructural detail. Like, yeah, so the Slayer's part of a guild. The guild has rules. I'm lost. I'm like, when do they kiss? But she's like, and it's just, the other thing is vampires famously immortal. Who knew Slayers too in the world she's living in? Yeah.
Well, okay, sorry, not to get caught
Go
up
on.
in the rules, but how does one slay an immortal creature? That's always been something that trips me up.
In her vampire rules, by her vampire rules, has to be left in the sun. What? What? Oh, yeah, sometimes it takes a silver steak. Sometimes
True.
it's garlic.
It's like immortal, but there are.
Yeah.
It's
Immortal
yeah.
doesn't mean you can't die.
What does it
just
mean?
means
It just
you
means
won't-
you
you
could
won't
live
die.
forever.
Yeah.
Okay, I
You
see.
won't die
Could-
Oh, this is so like a case we would take up. Like, what does a mortal mean?
So that's all I've got on Allie. Otherwise, it's like fine, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, then Christina Lauren, they took one on.
Yeah.
All right.
And we can go either way on them. usually.
Totally. They've written some stuff I really like.
Yeah.
They've written some stuff I did not finish.
Yeah.
DNF.
Yes.
Yep.
And so the verdict?
Okay, so their novella was called Fallen. This was actually my favorite one.
Okay.
It's a pretty clever concept. I'd say theirs is more successful because they make the, like, lore of the fantastic elements super, super tight and intimate.
Okay.
It's, like, all down to, like, this guy and, like, his history. He's a fallen angel. He's
Got
like
it.
a fallen angel.
So it was sort of like Lucifer kind of vibes?
Kind of vibes, yeah. So you won't read this. I
Yeah,
can
no,
give it
go,
up.
please go ahead.
Wait, is this the Slayer book?
This is Fallen.
This
Oh,
is
sorry.
Sexy Scaries. Oh, did I not mention the collection is called Sexy Scaries? So this is Sexy Scaries novella 2. Fallen
By Christina Lauren.
by Christina Lauren. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it
Yeah,
up.
spoil it.
So like it's set in modern day on on Halloween night at a party, contemporary party on the Upper East Side actually.
No freaking way.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And this guy is like hot and whatever.
Yeah.
But he's super
he's
mysterious.
fallen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fallen. And he like has certain powers you might typically associate with a vampire, like compulsion.
Okay, and you would know because you read.
Hopper Slayer.
Hopper Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, no. So he can do things like compulsion. He can kind of like, he's super fast, super strong.
Okay.
But so he meets this. He notices this girl at the party, immediately locks in on her.
Yeah.
And they're like gangbusters for each other pretty much off the bat. She comes with a guy, breaks up with him over time. It's like a loose date situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And they get it on in one of the spare bedrooms of this townhouse on the Upper East Side. And she's like, "Oh my God, like who? Like what
See,
are you?
this
Who
is-
are you?"
This is good novella writing. I'm
Yes.
not an expert in the field, but it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Just get to it.
economical.
Yeah.
Yes. And like you're like, okay, he's kind of weird and she's like kind of into it though. But the whole time you're like he's like, "Oh, but it can't be." And she's like, "Why?" He's like, "I'm cursed to walk the earth alone." And you're getting that like over cuz now she's like, "No, no, please." And like they like go and get a drink and he promises her 5 questions answered. And then she's like, "Okay, but then you have to walk me home too." She lives in Battery Park. They walk like the whole city together.
They do the top to the bottom, practically.
Pretty much. Yep. And you're getting, like, as he's kind of unspooling more of himself to her, you're kind of getting his backstory. And they don't go wide with it. It's just, he was alive a long time ago. He killed an evil king. The
Okay.
punishment was that the, like, sorceress on that king's court first made him watch them burn his beloved wife alive. And then the witch cursed him
Okay.
to being this guy.
To be fallen.
Yeah, to be fallen.
Yeah. She
Which
befell him.
makes him immortal but so lonely.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, the curse will only be broken when your true love finds you, and it's going to take her a number of lifetimes to do so.
This is actually something I've been meaning to talk about on the pod.
Yeah.
The concept of true love's kiss.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's be better.
Let's be better.
Let's be better than the concept of, like,
Your
true
one
love
true-
will break your
Yeah.
your
Your
curse.
curse.
It's tired.
It'll take you from being fallen, it'll lift you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't with that one.
I think that's so fair.
I'm
yeah.
not a child.
Okay, yeah. Well, he watched his wife get burned. And
Yeah.
she's like, you can only be unfallen when your, like, burned wife finds you again. And
Yeah.
guess what? It's reincarnation time. So
We're doing reincarnation.
she's like, it'll take multiple lifetimes for that girl,
I
that
see.
woman to
Okay.
find you again.
Okay.
And he's like, all right. And he tries for like 500 years and no dice. So he's
So
like
he just gives up.
super discouraged at this point.
Morale's never been lower.
Never been lower. But the sorcerer says, you know how you'll know it's her? You've got wings. Because you're a fallen angel kind of vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody's going to be able to see him but her. So, like, he can feel his wings. He can fly even. He knows he
Yeah.
has them, but no one else sees him.
Okay, this seems honestly super easy. Find the woman who can see your wings.
And he doesn't for generations. And then this girl meets him on Halloween. She thinks it's a costume. So he thinks she can't see him.
Of course.
But she's, like, being shy. She doesn't want to ask him about his nice costume. So
yeah.
finally,
Okay. Here's
finally
my
the
thing. That's like how you pick up a nice guy on Halloween. Tell me about your costume.
Well, now she knows he's.
Yeah.
But it's not until
She's already been intimate with this man and she can't ask him about his wings.
No.
His costume.
I know,
Alright.
totally.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the very long walk, they're doing one last embrace, and she goes to, like,
Of
hold him,
course.
and he is like, wait, her hands are tracing around the wings, and then he's like, wait, what was your, like, last question to me? She's like, can you fly? And he's like, it's you.
Wow.
And that's how it ends.
Happily ever after.
So I thought that was more successful because it kept it tight.
yes.
You know?
Yes. It followed the format quite
Tight little, no
well. Tight
pussy.
little body. No pussy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna speed
Yeah, no, keep
through the
ripping.
final two. J.T. Gessinger?
Woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
A J.K., if you will.
Yeah, got it.
Of the same ilk. Okay. I've never read anything by her. This little novella was called Spicy Little Curses. Spicy Little Curses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chat GPT.
Now we're doing voodoo. We're in New Orleans,
Fun.
and we're doing voodoo.
Okay, that's a little different.
It's okay. Too much.
Okay.
This one had a female main character, FMC, that only a mother could love. I was like, this bitch is rotten to her core.
Yeah.
This is a little fucking gnat in my bonnet.
Yeah.
I
Not
want
even a
to.
bee.
I want to squash her.
Yeah. I want to end
She's
her.
just so annoying. She keeps saying things like, "You got stinky breath."
Oh, I hate
to the left.
that.
Yeah.
There's like a difference between enemies to lovers. I'm interested in like true animosity that
Uh-huh.
grows into love. I'm
Between
not
mature.
between mature
adults.
consenting adults.
Uh-huh.
I'm not interested in like I pulled your hair.
Right.
Yeah.
You're ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
says that. I'm
She
sorry.
says that.
She says
She
that.
says that.
And this one, I'm sorry, it just goes a little. It's just too much. She's really annoying. It, like, didn't really make sense. I was kind of tuning out. And then, here's the other thing, and as a novella expert, I didn't
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
You're meant to tell a concise story with a beginning, middle, and end.
Mm-hmm.
This novella ended on like 3 cliffhangers. It was like, and we don't know what like secret the mom is keeping. We don't know what that shadow in the alleyway was, and like literally, it's not just like you're meant to like think of all these things that were unresolved. She names them on the final page. It's like, and remember, these 3 things are still at
these
large.
riddles 3.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not reading any follow up to this.
Sounds like someone's trying to get in next year's Sexy Scary Stories.
Totally. Totally. And then the last one, Ruby Dixon. We ever read her?
I'm not familiar.
Listen, man. This one, okay, so if you were doing like Bobo the Clown grimace while you were watching Die My Love,
Yeah.
I was on the subway reading this. The corners of my mouth were in my pants. I was frowning so deeply.
Out of hatred.
Yeah, so this one's it's literally called Space Vampire.
Like, ladies, we're writers. And if you're writing a novella, you should be able to write tight copy.
Claire, look at your mic.
I'm sorry.
It's in her pants.
If you're writing a novella, I need you to be able to write a tight title for your tight novesi.
Right. Keep your novasi tight.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 we've run through so far, they are human. They're human characters. They have some supernatural element to them.
Okay.
But they're humans who have experienced a thing, and maybe now that thing gave them powers, but they are at their core, they look like humans.
Yes.
They have human experiences, human histories preceding the events that made them,
Yes.
fantastic. No. So in Space Vampire, you got a human who's abducted by aliens, kept as a pet. And then those same aliens were kind of working in a lab developing like gladiator aliens for war.
Okay.
So kind of like splicing alien DNA to create super aliens. They do so, but it goes wrong with this one. And he gains the properties of a vampire in that he only feeds on blood. And he's exceptionally strong.
Oh, yes, I've learned today that that's a feature of vampires.
And he's
Exceptional
sun
strength.
sensitive. Yeah.
Of course.
Right. But let's not forget he's an alien gladiator.
Yes.
So he's described as blue,
Okay.
like 7 feet tall, tail like a lion. His hands are described as 3 fingers thumb. Big claws on those. And then pupils blood red.
For fuck's sake.
Or I guess irises. Iris is blood red. And fangs.
Okay.
And that's him. And then our female main character, human.
FMC.
Human.
Human girl?
Human girl.
No. How did these 2 even meet?
They start fucking immediately.
She's like, I need to see those red pupils so
Yeah.
close to me.
And every sex scene involves blood feeding. At one point,
It sounds like each one got progressively like, are you a freak?
this one was too far for me.
Yeah.
Way too fucking
Way too
far.
Yeah. So what do you mean by blood feeding?
Like a vampire.
No, I get that, but like, how is it?
Okay. So for the editor, you're gonna have to bleep everything I say. Like a minute of it. So like, yeah, she's like, you can feed off of me. And he's like, okay. And he sticks his teeth in her neck. She's immediately like, I'm gonna put your claw hand in my and it's like a crazy because he's both sucking her blood and claw her. And then later there's a scene where he's like, please, please, please. And then he sucks her sticks his fangs into her.
Oh my god.
I'm reading
okay.
this on the subway and my face is literally.
Yeah, that's too far for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a line.
And so that was it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sexy scary.
Scary in a different way. Scary in like a okay.
Oh.
In like a I have to sit with this way.
Yeah. And I've told everyone that I just can't sit with this alone.
I mean, how could you? I'm so glad you unburdened yourself to me.
Yep. So anyway, Tat.
Tat. So I read a book this week called, well, it's actually our book club book picked by Emma.
Yeah.
Heart the Lover by Lily King. For my first thing I have to say is how refreshing to read a book for adults after what I've been doing on my Hunger Games GoFundMe. I, like, it was...
Which, you guys, she still hasn't had her pizza party.
And I'm, like, worried that I actually, like, once I put it down, like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pick Hunger Games back up, because just it was so nice to read something that was, like, truly, like, sink my teeth into it good. Like, really good...
Blood feed on it.
Blood feed, good contemporary fiction.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I've never read Lily King before, have you?
No.
She's has, like, I think 3 or 4 other, like, pretty significant books. But this book, speaking of novellas and brevity, this book was about 200 pages, maybe less.
2 novellas.
Is that the standard, 100 pages?
About.
That's good to know. And I... like, so economical with her words. Such an interesting, compelling story. And she covered so much in such little time and, like, evoked so much emotion in me with such just not a lot of writing. It's perhaps my favorite book of the year.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the premise is, like, you're gonna read, you must read it.
Fucking spoil.
I hope you like it as much as I did, but
I think I will.
it's a little bit, it reminded me of Sally Rooney, but not for the reasons you're giving me that face for, because Molly doesn't like Sally Rooney because it's, like, a
Okay.
Sorry,
I've struggled with Sally.
you've
at
struggled with
times.
Sally due to her sometimes tendency to rely on miscommunication
As the conflict.
and that's your least favorite thing because you like competence porn.
Yeah.
So this book is about this, and I can't tell if it's, like, based on her life, because that's the thing, it feels so, it's fiction, but it feels so real. And it's about this woman who's, like, a senior in college, and she, like, meets these 2 boys in her English class, and she, like, is kind of taken with them, and she starts dating the one. She starts going to their house to hang out, and, like, just completely, like, becomes enamored with them. And then she has this tumultuous relationship with the one, they break up, but then she's like, what about the other one? Yeah, it's kind of Challengers vibes. And that's not really spoiling it.
Okay, kind of Summer I Turned Pretty.
It's also Summer I Turned Pretty. It's not really a spoiler because you can get that from, like, the back of the book, I think. But it's just this very, like, I think there's a line in the book, I can't remember if I read this, like, in the book, but I think there's a line that's like, I didn't take my brain seriously until I met, like, the girl is saying, like, I didn't take my brain seriously until I met these boys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and, like, she was, like, the character, also, you don't know her name until the end, which is really, well, god, I'm sorry I'm spoiling things, but you'll pick that up pretty much immediately. I'm sorry, it's so good, but anyway, she, like, the first half of the book, I really don't want to spoil anything, but the first half of the book is, like, her in college, in these, like, going through this situation with these 2 boys, and then the second half of the book is her in present day.
Okay.
And, like, as an adult. And it's just so, like, I first of all found the way she writes both half of the book very interesting. The first half is very, like, you don't really feel like the character has much of, like, an interior life. It feels very much like things are happening to her. I don't know how to describe. She's just a really
That's
good
awesome.
writer.
Yeah.
And you feel like you are this girl and things are just kind of, like, happening to her. There's probably, like, a tense thing I didn't pick up on because I'm actually pretty simple that way. But, like, she's like, yeah, life is just kind of happening to her, so you get the sense that she is kind of this, like, girl who hasn't figured it out yet, and these boys are, like, it's, like, a very formative thing she's going through, and I think it's also, like, I don't know, it feels familiar, like, it feels like having these intense college relationships that are, like, I don't know, or friendships that are also mixed up in, like, whatever, and then the second half of the book, it's like, this is a woman who knows herself, like, and it's just... It's
kind of 2 novellas for real.
It's kind of 2 novellas for real. 2 novellas for the price of 1 novel, even. But, yeah, and, like, also I was just thinking about, because, like, again, like, she's just so economical, so... I can't say enough good things. But there's, like, especially with the one love interest, I think... like the power of him in the beginning of the book is like how little you actually see him. Like he's not really even, he's part of the book, but it's not like, it's more about his like absence and like her noticing his presence and absence. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
And it's like, she almost like, God, it's just like when you read stuff like this and you're like, I wish I could be like this.
Yeah.
But it's like she somehow communicates by writing and not writing the feeling of having a crush, where it's just this constant awareness and like
Yes.
and then there's a scene also where like she and this boy, there's two boys, the one boy is the more important boy, I'll say that, and she's cooking with the more important boy in the kitchen, and they like haven't even like they haven't had this come to Jesus moment yet about their like situation. They're just friends, and they have like a secret, they're like cooking and they start tapping the knife like back and forth like a language almost. I don't know, it's just so good.
Yeah.
It is also like so powerfully emotional.
Yeah.
So
I can tell this is gonna do me in.
oh, it's gonna just
Yay!
it's amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it so much. Yeah.
I don't know. Clearly, I haven't read it yet, and I will. So don't.
Yeah.
But talk about a few words that pack a big punch. You know, there's a Taylor Swift lyric that's like evoking the kind of thing you're describing, where it's like, I notice your comings and goings. I have such a heightened awareness for where you are because I have a crush on you. That's so like familiar.
Yeah.
Particularly familiar to like your late teens, early 20s, that
Yeah.
college era where you're like, oh my god. But that line in the one where it's like, I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though, is so crush.
Haunting.
Haunting.
Yeah. Yes. And like I think there's also a line in that one of like chasing lines at the grocery store. Or maybe that's a different, I think that's Cardigan, but it's a similar idea of like I'm always kind of like aware of you and wishing you were around. But even like I think like this love interest in this book is like he's in the first half like not super present, but when he is, it's like so like he packs a punch, but it's not in a way where you're like, oh, she's trying to present this guy as like interesting to me. But then you start to be like, I wonder what, like you feel it along with her of like, I want to hear more from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also I think there's this like thing of like when you're in a friend group and you're all kind of in love.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
yeah.
I think she starts to, like, she's like, who am I in love with? Because I think I'm just in love with, like, this
situation.
Thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And this, like, I'm in love with how his best friend sees him. Like,
yeah.
And I'm, like, I feel that way, too. But do
Yes.
I? It's
oh, my God. That's so good.
Good. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, it goes down like fucking water. Actually, I don't really like water. It goes down like Coke.
Hospital ginger ale.
Goes down like ginger ale. And I can't wait to read more of, because she's got a library, so I can't wait to dig into
Sounds
more.
like a new fundraiser.
If you want to see me read all of Lily King's discography, please smash that donate button.
Totally. You should read them on live.
We should on our BookStupid account. Okay, can we shift into the
Let's.
And let's. So this week for our exercise, can I set it up?
Please.
Okay. This week for our exercise, we decided, because I think something we're both kind of struggling, well, at least I'll speak for myself. Something I'm struggling with is like, I forget how Save the Cat phrases it, but there has to be some like internal issue that your character is overcoming.
The biggie.
The biggie, sure. How did you describe it? What's your character's deal? That was kind of how Molly build this exercise. But just like, there has to be a moment, I feel like kind of early in the novel, where you like, our protagonist like addresses the elephant of the room of like typically her childhood or like some like thing that explains why she is the way she is.
Right.
And so the problem statement.
Uh-huh.
That was our exercise for this week, was to kind of try to write that, which I actually, well.
Did I steal your voice?
I won't say I was excited, because I was like, this is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
But I returned to the outline and I was like, what is her problem again?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
oh.
was like, what's her name?
And I actually had fun doing it.
Yeah, same.
As I always do.
I always do. I like writing this book.
like writing.
Someone should tell me that.
It's just so different from any other writing I've really done before.
Totally.
Of like coming up with like a fun story.
You mostly write novellas.
Yeah, I specialize in novellas, writing them. Molly analyzes them. But I'm just like,
she writes them in Spanish.
yes.
All right, sorry.
No. Truthfully, this is my first time writing like true fiction.
Yeah.
So like
Same.
I'm just not used to like weaving little
Yeah.
tales, and I have so much fun doing it. And I like little like exercises, these exercises, because it's very like taking a chunk of the book that I'm struggling with and actually just like nailing it down.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I actually nailed it down, kind of.
Wait, okay, did you write it like it was part of your book? I just wrote it like it was like a...
Oh, I did, but I don't think that's a necessity for the... I just wanted to... I was like, I did it that way. I don't know if it's...
No, I think that's really good.
Okay.
For me, I also just think your book is like a little bit more fleshed out than mine is. This was, I thought, a very fruitful exercise for me because I actually hadn't I've been a little vague about what the central conflict in her life is or what she needs to overcome.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a vibe.
Stop asking questions. Yeah.
So here it was good to get specific.
Yes.
And get into mine reads, I think, a little bit more like it doesn't read that way necessarily, but at least as I was working through it, I felt like more like a therapist than anything else. I'm like, okay, but then here are the contributing factors, like why this is how she's stuck.
Yes. Well, I think that is actually the what it comes down to is like you're essentially, and we've said this from the beginning, you are giving your character trauma and figuring out the treatment plan.
Totally. And that's why our law firm is branching out. We're doctors now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, read it.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to talk more about how
No,
it
I
felt?
kind of want to jump in, actually, if that's
Do you want more foreplay?
Yeah, if you could just blood suck me real quick or whatever, the blood feed. Okay, so...
Okay.
Okay. I found my voice. So I decided to plug mine in after her friend says something like, you need to rely on other people,
Okay.
as kind of like a prompting.
Yeah.
So this is all right. I'm just gonna jump in. I grew up in a small town on the coast of Florida named Seaside Heights. It's one of the classic small towns down south where most people graduate from high school, go 2 hours away for college, and then go right back to their hometown forever. I didn't grow up in the South. Whatever.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah. My parents, for example, met at Seaside High School. They got knocked up when my mom had my older brother, Connor, when they were 17. By graduation, they were married and then took over my grandma's diner 3 blocks from the beach. I joined the party 8 years later. The first half of my childhood was idyllic, or that's how I remember it. I biked to school every day and to the ocean almost every afternoon for a swim before doing my homework. Connor would sit with me at the counter in the diner, helping me with my homework, while my mom flipped burgers. My mom ran the kitchen at the diner, and my dad handled the business side of things, managing payroll and putting in supply orders. I don't know why I felt like I had to explain that.
You know business.
You guys know business. When I was 10, my dad got up at the crack of dawn and left Florida with a woman he'd apparently been seeing for 10 years, a regular at the restaurant. He never reached out to us again, and I haven't made an effort either. Last I heard, he and Kathy opened their own spot on the West Coast.
Oh, fuck that!
My dad's departure probably shouldn't have come as a total shock, considering how often my parents fought at the restaurant. But every time they would start to have it out, Connor would take me into the big fridge in the back to practice multiplication or division with the produce until they tired themselves out. Connor was 17 when my dad left and tried to help my mom keep the restaurant together for the first 6 months, but he had already been accepted at Yale with a first-generation college scholarship. So when August rolled around, he left to study engineering. Aww. For the first year, Connor came home for the holidays in the summer, but by sophomore year, he stopped coming home and called only on holidays, and he stopped asking even to say hi to me. I know, it's actually kind of devastating.
It's so sad.
I became my mom's right hand, taking that fridge math to the next level by learning how to balance the books at the end of the night before we biked home to our little bungalow on the beach.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm actually like a little like, is it too sad?
It's devastating.
Like, does she have too many demons?
No,
Is
but
my
I think that's really good. And we have talked about, like, in your meet cute, like, how do we justify, like,
her. Wait, you're so right.
yeah.
I backed myself into my own.
You did a great job.
story.
You're telling a consistent story.
But I like
Yeah.
don't even mean to.
It's a broader thing about men because she's been betrayed.
I wasn't even trying to make it, although like everyone knows how I feel about men. I wasn't even trying to make it like an she can't trust men thing, but like I do think I have
You've
backed
done a good
myself
through line
into that.
Yeah. I don't know that it has to.
And it's gonna be bigger than that.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about hating men. Anyway,
That's good. Oh, it is devastating.
Okay.
Though.
Oof.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Well, just the betrayal of the sibling is what hits
Yeah,
the
and I haven't
hardest.
figured out how she's gonna like.
Yeah.
I do want him to come back.
Yeah.
In some way. I just
Love.
haven't figured out like how I'm gonna land that plane yet.
It's a tough
Because I
one
think
to
I don't
land.
want it. I didn't want it to focus too much on like her relationship with her mom, even though that is like important.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to be about something like different from that. So I
Mm-hmm.
felt like the sibling betrayal was like that's the wound I want to heal.
Yep.
So.
Interesting. I really like it.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. One thing I will also say, like, I wrote a lot of that last night, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But then I had to finish it today, and I wrote it on the subway, and it was actually, like, a great micro writing.
Love.
And I just, like, banged it out. And I was like, I just need more of these,
I
like, little,
know.
like,
Just-
chunks
hey.
that I can just,
Yeah. Yep.
bite off.
I agree with that.
Just, like, taking the hardest stuff and, like, just doing it.
Just take a
Yeah.
fucking bite out of it.
Yeah.
Do blood suck with it.
Blood suck your plot.
I believe everything.
Why?
Come on.
Come on.
All right.
I
All right,
really-
Tit.
All right. Well, again, I didn't write mine as part of my book. I kind of wrote it as like a little bit of a dossier for
The exercise
myself.
is
It was very
take what you need, not what
loose.
you want or whatever, right?
Yeah. This is me pinning down her real
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, this is like your psychiatrist file from Grant and Young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. Okay. Annie Kilpatrick is a gunner. It's the only way she knows how to be. In middle school, she scrounged for scholarships to fancy East Coast boarding schools, but the distance made her mom too sad. In high school, she considered heading to college early, but then she got popular. This all made her practically combustible by age 18 when she left her hometown on a plane without so much as a glance back to her loving family and friends. She spent her 20s chasing anything that's impressive and prioritizing proximity to power. And now, on the cusp of turning 30, her life looks exactly like she always thought it would. New York City, elite finance job, first-hand stories about famous people, doorman building, friends with summer houses, really expensive haircuts. But forging that life taught her some confusing lessons. She believes that things don't get easier, she just gets better. And she's come to regard hardship as intrinsically virtuous. So when circumstances or people make her feel bad, she thinks it's a challenge she must conquer, not a sign that something might be wrong. And if someone is a composite of the people they spend the most time with, Annie's picked up some pretty warped influences. She'd never have believed it before she saw for herself, but it turns out Fortune 100 decision makers aren't innately better than anyone else. They're mostly worse. Meanwhile, her phone is a graveyard of missed calls and unanswered texts from the few people who know her and love her for who she is, not what she can do for them. She's become estranged from the strong instincts and sense of self that made her such an indomitable force to begin with. And as a result, for the first time in her adult life, she can't find the angle. She's unhappy but can't settle on a satisfactory next move, the right target for her ambition. And even more unsettling, she's starting to question whether she's let her ambition blind her to what matters most, who's worth her investment, and what she really needs.
I love that. I also really like you're writing like such a I don't want to say competence porn yet, but like you are writing such like a smart young woman's novel.
Do you know, I think, okay, so I think I'm actually writing from a place I'm kind of at, and a lot of women
I was about to say
know
it's very
are at.
like what's the word? Prescient.
Yeah.
Like it's very like I feel it. And I
think a lot of women
will
in
relate
our
to it.
circle
Yeah.
do. These really smart, ambitious women in my life who have achieved a lot in like, you know, the first decade of their career are now kind of like, for fucking what?
Yeah.
Or like, or what is actually worth
What do I want? Yeah.
What do I want?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I've
this
been so
served me.
driven that
Yes.
I haven't stopped to question the drive.
yes.
Perhaps.
Or like, if I'm driving someone else's car.
Yeah.
Like, what if I want my own car?
I want to build my own car.
I want to go work at the garage. And like I know we've talked about it's hard to like land the like, you know, uh, issues like conflict predicated on like career or ambitious somehow like being hollow without driving yourself to Hallmark.
Yeah, no, but I think that you are doing a really. I don't think you're driving. I know you're driving your own car that you made in shop, and you're not driving to Hallmark. You're driving to like
Hallmark.
HBO.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm so serious.
But do you know, I actually last night saw a TikTok that really kind of like echoed this feeling I and a lot of really smart women I know are kind of having
Yeah.
at this stage of our lives. And it was from Zara. I'm blanking on her last name. She was the campaign manager for Zohran Mamdani's campaign.
Okay.
And now she is his chief of staff as mayor-elect.
Yes.
And I mean, like, her resume's kind of been going crazy on TikTok. Everyone's like, look at this wonderkind. Like, oh my God. I think she's also in her, like, early to mid-30s. And it is crazy. She, like, right out of college worked on Obama's re-election campaign in Florida. She, like, led the fucking office in Florida. And then she had worked on Hillary's campaign. She bounced into like private corporate narrative building. She was the head of comms for The Wing when The Wing was a thing for a limited time.
Oh, wow. She's really been all over the
She like really has.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, she's, done it for Cornell or whatever, like Columbia, whatever. She's got this crazy resume for someone her age, but she kind of in response to this social fodder around her background being like, because someone I think made a pretty viral video being like, the real life Olivia Pope, and it like got a lot of traction because a lot of people were like, no, Olivia Pope was based on a real woman.
I was gonna say, don't come for Shondaland like that.
And she was based on a real woman, and people were mad because it was a black woman, and they were like, stop the erasure here, like this was a real person that matters. But Zara, when she addressed it in this TikTok that I'm now winding my way up to finally talk about, she was like, yeah, it's fine and good. And she's like, the other thing is, she was a Republican. Okay, sorry, that was like way too much preamble. We should cut most of it. But Zara.
Yes.
Raheem.
Oh, nice. Okay.
She posted this great TikTok just being like, yeah, like people are talking a lot about this like crazy resume I have from my 20s. But she's like, candidly, like I spent my 20s just like being obsessed with anything that was impressive.
Yeah.
And I don't think it served me. She's like, I don't think that was no, she's like, no, I'm actually really confident that wasn't like a good thing for me to prioritize.
Yeah.
She's like, it took me a long time to like understand like what I care about. And I reoriented my work around that. And like, I don't look at my resume and think like, that's what I'm proud of. I look at it and think like, that's what brought me here.
Right.
But it was really validating to hear like this person who was like being lauded for the kind of like, it's the reason you chase all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like a bunch of strangers on TikTok will be like, look at her fucking resume.
Right. Yeah.
And she's like,
and if you're like a high achieving person, like in your fabric, it's like that's what you're supposed to want or like prioritize. Yeah. I think it's a really. And you know who, I mean, Catherine Walsh has the novel about, like, but then she doesn't eventually go back to investment banking. But, like, I do think it's a question that almost everyone has in their lives, whether you're, like, no matter what job you're doing, of, like, am I on the right path? I think life is kind of a constant exercise of pivoting. Yeah. And trying to find out what the fuck to do. Yeah. And I think it's really going to resonate with people.
And totally. Well, at least it resonates for me. Like, I think the exercise isn't so much as like, what have I done? It's like looking at, constantly evaluating the like puts and takes, and it's like, why, like, should I be dedicating my one wild and precious life to this or something
it's a
else?
constant referendum on like how you're allocating your time and your
especially as your time
energy.
Means more and more to you.
Yes.
Yes. Understand you are worth something.
Yeah. I also really like the one line, like, she can't find the angle, because I think it's a really good, like, split. Like, I can see this woman who's like, she can't find the angle. Like, it's a very good phrase of like, this woman is like a gamer.
Yeah.
She's like she's always trying to figure out the next move.
Yeah, the play.
But she doesn't know what it is now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Thanks.
Good game, partner.
Another successful venture.
For
Oh
grads and
my
young.
god, so wet.
Is there anything else you want to say about the exercise?
Nope.
All right.
He is just fart boxing your apartment now that he's pissed.
He's also shit misting.
Ew.
Dirty mouth.
You really do.
Whatever.
All right, listen, I've got a question for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
What's the roast? What's
The
the roast?
roast romantic.
You told us about your soup. What's the roast? What's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
I have a good one this week. At least I think I do. I came up with it when I had a few drinks. It was at karaoke. There's this guy, like, he went on stage and he was like so into it. So into it, and then I was like, wait, that's the guy who I saw. He had been like standing by the bar watching the karaoke really intently, kind of like warming up. Like, he was kind of like, he was like clearly like he was like a swimmer before they go up to swim, just like doing stretches, like getting loose, and he was so focused on it. And then he got up there and gave this like great performance. And I guess there's like he comes every week and sings, I think, just one song, and then he always weaves, I forget which song it is, it's like Gasolina or something, he like weaves it into the song. He'll like do a quick, and now I'm gonna do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah,
He does a mashup.
he does a
every
mashup,
week?
but it's the same, he mashes in the same song every week.
Okay.
But I didn't know this, and I was like, wait, this guy's kind of like doing something for me. I was like, he's like giving such a great performance.
Yeah.
And Emma and Andrew were like, yeah, he comes every week, like this is like his,
He's like perfecting his performance.
yes, but it also just, it was romantic to me, this guy, like, I don't know, the idea, it was also a little sad. It's romance and sad. We're doing romance and sad today.
Yeah.
The idea of this guy, like, coming to this, like, shitty bars, no offense, karaoke every week.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, all 23-year-olds who are, like, singing Cha-Cha Slide. I'm
Yeah.
23. And then he's doing, like, a really sincere performance and, like, getting
Love.
geared up for it and, like, plans clearly his, like, Friday around it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck yeah.
Literally.
Like, do what makes you happy,
Like,
man.
kind of earnest.
And earnest, a guy who does
Pedal
earnest
to the metal.
karaoke
Yeah.
every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's romantic to me, baby.
Couldn't agree more. Wow. And you were front row, just
I was
taking your
actually
top
way
off?
in the back, but I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Now do Gasolina mixing. Oh yeah.
So, that's mine.
Okay.
And I have a question for you.
Loved it.
What's the roast romantic thing that happened to you this week, huh?
Well, I'm going back to Vegas. Uh-oh.
Oh, but you said that you want to leave.
Sure, yeah. I had dinner with two of my work friends.
Okay.
All women, duh.
Yeah.
But it was just quite nice. Like, we had we actually went to Carbone. Carbone, Vegas, baby.
Wow.
It's actually the only Carbone I've been to, despite trying to go in Miami.
I really fucked that up, and it's a story for another time. But I told, like, everyone we were going to Carbone in Miami, and I definitely got a reservation for, like, 3 years in advance. And I was like,
We
guys,
should go.
I got a reservation for Carbone tonight.
Yeah, and I've never been to the New York one.
Yeah.
The OG.
I've never been to Carbone. Except for that time that I thought we were going, and we got turned away.
I hate to tell you, it was really good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Checks out.
No, but it was really just like a lovely dinner with two of my my girls.
Yeah.
And had a few glasses of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're kind of silly after the dinner. And one of them just goes, all right, we're doing a Peloton challenge. And she's like, because me and my other friend were like, okay, we're going to get rid of our Pelotons. Like, we're just
We're
not
over
using
it.
them. We're over it. But the third is like really into Peloton.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't give up yet.
She's trying to save Peloton.
Yes. She's like, don't sell your bikes. Do the challenge.
Yeah.
The challenge being something she made up on the spot. every day, minimum 20 minutes until the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is a little over 2 weeks.
That's so fun.
Really, really fun.
Yeah, in 20 minutes, it's like, you don't even need to shower.
And so I'm like immediately game. I'm like, that's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we're like, okay, what's going to be like
Your great reward.
the reason?
Yeah.
Right. And so we're like, there should be a punishment if you don't.
Yes.
And we're all just like nice to each other.
Yeah.
And like actual friends to the point where we're like, well, I don't want to make anyone do
I'm
anything.
like, eat hair. I don't know.
It was just like a really sweet,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, group at night. And then we're like, okay, well, maybe if it's more carrot than stick, like what could we reward ourselves with? And now again, we're kind of like scratching our heads. And immediately someone just yells, Ugg slippers! So if we
That's
do the
a
challenge,
really, really good
we're
carrot.
all rewarding ourselves. And it's not the like hooves you wear outside.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not,
yeah.
It's the house slippers.
Wow, that is so indulgent.
It totally.
To
What
have
a
an-
nice treat.
To have an Ugg house shoe.
We
Yeah.
said, I'm going to have a nice Ugg house slipper.
That's so exciting. And are you on track?
Yes.
Girls. I'd look into that answer if I were you.
Oh, are you suing me?
I'm taking on new clients pro bono by myself.
So long as you'd like to sue my partner.
And only if you want to sue my partner.
Yeah. But I thought it was just like romantic in that way where like female friendship is just like a gift that keeps on giving and inherently nurturing, I think.
Literally, I had the thought today, like, I am so grateful to be a woman. I'm so grateful. And I, like, man, I'm so sorry. I think you, like, don't even realize because, like, you don't know how good it can be. But, like, being a woman is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, we have to live in constant fear of being killed.
All right.
But
way to ruin it.
But
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
that
good.
shit sucks. But
no,
like,
but it's honestly the upside is
the upside is, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
did go a little too. I forgot about Die My Love real quick and the postpartum psychosis and the horrors. But being female womanhood,
womanhood.
nothing better.
Yep. And we mean that in the inclusive non-JK Rowling sense.
Yes. Let me be clear.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. On that note.
Wouldn't be an episode if we didn't take a few strays to JK Rowling.
Okay.
Yeah. All
All right,
bye.
good night.